Good morning, everyone. We are here at our class, our cooking class with Kelly Shay. Oh, and we've got Katie joining us. Good morning, Katie. Good morning. How are you? Good. We are just finishing getting set up, and then we will get started here. Also, I am wondering if I can get this turned around so it's not looking at me. That would be helpful. There we go. Okay, just taking a look at the Urban Egg Initiative garden here. It's a Broadway community garden. We definitely need to get this added to our, so Minneapolis Edible Boulevards has a link to a map that was created as a result of one of our Green Zones grants. So we definitely need to get this added to that. This is a really awesome garden here that's still in the works, but all of our gardens are still in the works, I think. So we'll have Dr. Sharonda talk to us a little bit about this in just a few minutes here. So yeah, so give us just a couple minutes and we will get started. Okay.
Hello, Facebook family. We are on live. We're doing a cooking class with Edible Gardens at the West Broadway Garden, part of the Urban Ag Initiative, which is the Minnesota University Extensions Program, and it's also Hennepin County, Loving Spirit Holistic Services, Holistic Farms, and a host of others, Growing North, Sweetie Pie, we're all partnered up. And this is the cooking class that we're gonna have today. And we're making a plant-based caprese salad and avocado boats. Sounds yummy, yummy, yummy for your tummy. I'm ready. So let me walk you around the garden right quick. So we have youth that works very hard at creating the garden. They plant it. They also put together equipment as well. We're working on a sign on the West Broadway Garden. This will be our memorial garden. So we will be having community come in who lost loved ones. And so they would get a brick to put their loved one's name on there, and then they get to place it in a part of the garden and dedicate it to them. And we will be doing that. So just stay updated, and we'll keep you updated. I'm sorry. And so just stay tuned, and we will let you know when that will be happening. It will be before the month of September is up. So we still have a little time, but we will keep posted. Our garden. I don't ask me what things are, because that's not my forte, but it's pretty flowers here. This is where our fire pit / healing circle will be placed. We will be building this up, and this should be done before August is out. And so just come by and visit. We're at 2526 West Broadway, right across from True Vine Baptist Church.
Awesome. Is there anything you want to say about the Urban Egg Initiative?
So the Urban Ag Initiative started, I think, like last year, and it was with the University of Minnesota and Hennepin County, and they had 2 lots, which is this lot on West Broadway, and then the other lot is on 6th Street. And so we were commissioned to transform these spaces not only into gardens, but to healing spaces, places where people can gather, eat, share knowledge, and things like that. So we have been connecting with community, and it's been really good. So I'm just excited. And then we have a bunch of youth that we were working with. Two just left because they're going to school. And so we have, I think, like 6 left and stuff. And they created signs, and they have really built this garden up, a great team of youth. And I will give them a shout out. So we have Juan, and then we have Little Gabe and Big Gabe. We have Sadea, we have Chives, we have Canaan, we have, oh my goodness, let me see. Little Gabe. Oh, I hope Lauren. And then it is the other community mentor, which is Elba. And then I am a part of, I'm the community mentor, and this is our community volunteer, Constance. And then, so we have various part of extensions that joins us and teach in the garden. And we have a community meal once a month, and we partnered up with Sisters from Camelot. They came out last month, and so I think we're gonna have another meal with them in August.
Awesome. Thank you so much for hosting us today. And I am going to, maybe I should just introduce myself behind the camera. I'm Michelle with Minneapolis Edible Boulevards. And what we do is we work with community members to grow fresh produce, especially in our communities that have historically been denied fresh produce intentionally through food apartheid policies. So the north side and south sides of Minneapolis specifically. And so our cooking classes evolved out of that. And Kelly Shay has been working with us for about a year now. So we're really excited to have this cooking class with Kelly. And our first one with Kelly in person, because all of ours have been on Zoom. So yeah, really excited to have Kelly from Harmonious World here to do the Caprese salad and avocado boats. So one thing I'll just say that we always try and do when we start is to acknowledge that we are on Dakota land. We are on land that has been impacted by slavery, with slavery having been legal in the state of Minnesota. And so we just want to keep in mind all the people who were impacted and continue to be impacted today through historical trauma. So we'll keep them in our hearts as we get going today. So Kelly, I'll turn it over to you. The camera is on you, okay, yes.
All right, I wasn't sure if it's facing you or what mode it is.
Nope.
I need you actually over here. Hi, can everyone hear me okay? That are on? Can I just get a glance at like who's on?
So Katie is on here right now. My parents might be joining us.
All right. Yeah, so as Michelle said, my name is Kelly Shay of Harmonious World.
It's hard to hear.
I'm rebranding right now.
So can you hear Katie?
When you're closer, yes. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Great. So as Michelle said, my name is Kelly Shay with Harmonious World and Wellness. Really excited to finally be doing one of these cooking demos, cooking classes in person, because yes, we've been all virtual. And so it's really nice to be out in the green, in the garden, preparing this meal for you. And so as she said, Harmonious Wellness and World, rebranding. So part of Harmonious World is also this wellness branch, which I focus a lot on holistic healing and health and nutrition. I teach yoga, meditation. I do events that fuse together the entertainment and the wellness industry. So I work with a lot of different artists and healers in the Twin Cities community here. This is my second summer of doing these cooking classes. I met Michelle when I was a panelist on a food justice event and talked a lot about just the redlining and the disparities that we see amongst here in the Twin Cities, but across the world, and really working towards the mission that she has to create more equitable access to healthy food. So Edible Boulevards providing those food for people that don't normally have it, to grow their own, to learn how to prepare, harvest, and cook really easy, convenient meals. So today we're doing a Caprese salad with avocado boats. Some of this produce is from my garden, some is not. But for those that have participated in Edible Boulevards, hopefully you can use in the future, whether it's now, if you're cooking along, or in the future, you can use some of the produce that you've been able to grow on your boulevards or just in your backyard. So we have cucumbers, tomatoes, basil, cilantro, and chives, and lemon, and couscous we're using today, and vegan mozzarella as an option. So a really simple meal, snack, and I think we'll just go ahead and get started. Is there anything else, Michelle, that I should know? Okay.
No, we'll talk about your next class at the end.
Okay, lovely. So we'll go ahead and get started. Honor everybody's time here. So are you gonna hold that the whole time?
I will do my best.
Because we could maybe prop it up on something too. But I don't need to sit.
It is a good angle though, because
Yeah.
it's
With
the table.
Michelle,
I'll
you're
do
gonna get
my
your little wrist workout. Do those.
I'll do my best.
All right, lovely. Okay, so we're starting with tomatoes. Like I said, this is a really quick, simple meal. You probably had a Caprese salad before. Base ingredients are usually your mozzarella, which is usually dairy. This is a plant-based meal, so you don't have to use mozzarella, but I do have a vegan mozzarella by this company called Nico. So we have some coupons for a little discount if you want to try this sometime. Really nice. What I like about this company is that their ingredients are really clean. So this isn't made with any soy. Soy isn't a great thing for you. In moderation, it's all right. But this is made with cashew milk, really clean ingredients, tastes really yummy. So we have that, but as you may or not be familiar, Caprese salads usually have that mozzarella, tomato, and basil, and then like a balsamic vinegar or glaze.
And can I just say, this is a BIPOC owned company, woman owned company. And they sent us these coupon books like express. So it was $8 worth of coupons in there. So
Yes.
just wanted to promote them.
Yeah, so grateful that they shared those coupons with us and that we're supporting a BIPOC company. You have to go somewhere else. All right, so we have our tomatoes that we're going to start with. One of the options, if you saw the recipe online or the grocery list, I should say, as I mentioned, you could either use quinoa or couscous. I decided to use, I decided to use couscous. The grain is a little bit finer. I did a sample test run last night with my daughters. It was a hit. We all loved it. So I'm gonna recommend couscous for this recipe if you're making it along with us or when you make it in the future. So we'll start with our tomatoes. And as I mentioned on the in the grocery list, I had recommended cherry, grape, or plum. So little tomatoes. You can use any size tomato. It's really not a big deal. I just think this size is cute and tasty. So everyone can see my cutting board. Okay, we're gonna start just with the tomatoes. What you want to have is a large bowl, because we're basically going to chop all the produce up and put it in a bowl. But let me just back step to the couscous or quinoa, because before you do any chopping and preparation of the produce, you want to cook the quinoa or the couscous like an hour beforehand. Basically, you just want to make sure that the grain that you're using for this salad is cooled off. You can even refrigerate it for a while, so it's not hot when you're making it all together. So I made this actually last night. So it's room temperature now. This is the couscous that I prepared. So after you have your couscous or your quinoa all prepared, set aside, cool it off, just let it sit there. Then we'll move on to step 2, which is chopping up all the produce. So these are already small. I like to make them even smaller. So I'll just cut them in fourths and put them on in. And what I really like about tomatoes, I mean, straight from the garden is always best. They're so sweet, juicy, delicious. I have right now, I've expanded my garden this year. So I am a gardener, and I've been able to add a lot more things. And I usually go tomato crazy in the summer or in the spring. And I have like 7 tomato plants right now. So I'm excited. None of which are ready quite yet, unfortunately. But I did get these from the co-op. Thank you to the Eastside Co-op for partnering with us and providing some funds so that we could purchase the produce for this class. Everything that I'm using is organic, and I just want to highlight the importance of shopping organic as much as you can, because anything that you shop, anything that's organic is free of pesticides. For those that aren't aware of glyphosate, it's a water-soluble toxin. Patent as an oral antibiotic. It's sprayed on everything, and it damages not only the produce, but it damages the gut microbiome, gut lining in our bodies. And so it's very damaging to plants, the soil, our body. It's water soluble, so it's in the air, water. You really can't avoid it. But what you can do is eat as clean as you can, pesticide free when you can. And that is one of my missions and goals, is to eat clean, just have a clean lifestyle overall. So all of this food is pesticide free, which makes me feel good. And if you can't always buy organic, you know, you may or may not have heard of the Dirty Dozen Clean 15. Mm-hmm. So there's certain produce, vegetables, fruits that have skin where the pesticides stick to even more so. So like tomatoes are one of those things, you know, any type of produce that has the skin where you eat the skin, you want to try to always get that organic. If it's a produce like avocado, if it's not organic, that's okay, because you're not eating the rind, you're not eating the skin. So tomatoes are important, you know, your berries, pesticides stick really hard to berries. So you want to try to always get those organic. Cucumbers. So I'm just going to chop up all these tomatoes. And I've already measured this because I did this last night. So what I didn't say is you're going to chop up about 2 to 3 cups of tomatoes. Okay, so you have your measuring cup. I didn't put it in here. So I'm going to chop all these up and a little bit more. Now, depending on how much you like tomatoes, you may want to add more or less. I have mentioned before in the cooking classes that I do that I am an intuitive cook. I do have, you know, certain measurements in my recipe, but I kind of just go with what tastes good, looks good. So I may have a certain amount written down, but I might add a little more of, you know, a spice or a sauce. So chopping up all the tomatoes. Tomatoes raw are great. They are an alkaline, or kind of a neutrally alkaline vegetable or fruit. Tomatoes are fruits. I think we sometimes forget that, but they are technically a fruit. And because of the way that I eat, plant-based, I do pay attention to the electric foods, the energy in the food that I eat, and the chemistry of the food that I eat. So you have your alkaline foods and your acidic foods. This is an alkaline meal. Tomatoes are neutral. They're not highly alkaline. They're not highly acidic. They're in the middle. However, when you cook tomatoes, I mean, we all probably like spaghetti sauce, tomato sauce. When you cook tomatoes, they are on the acid side of chemistry. Just to keep in mind. But it's all about finding balance in your body and doing what feels good to you, what works good in your body. Raw tomatoes are really good for your bones, really high in vitamin K and vitamin C, and have a great amount of antioxidants. So I'll finish chopping these up. And if you have any questions along the way, please ask. I like to try to make these classes interactive as possible. It's more fun that way, instead of me just talking to a screen. Let me know if you have questions. Now, is anyone there that's online preparing along with me? No, watching, and then you're gonna do it later. All right, great. That works. I'll take it. And so I do have the recipe steps typed up. They're printed here. They will be made available to you electronically after class. So that's not on the document that you would have seen in the Facebook invite with the grocery list. I have an additional page that goes through all the steps of how to prepare this on your own. All right. So we have our tomatoes, all chopped and beautiful, colorful. Looks lovely. And we just give my hands a wipe. After you do your tomatoes, you do your basil. So that's about a cup of tomato. Actually, this is about 2 cups of tomatoes. I might add some more here because I love tomatoes and just for more color. So then we're going with the basil next. Now for basil, there's a couple different ways that you can chop basil. You can literally chop it with a knife, or you can just use a scissors. I tend to just like using a scissors for some of my herbs. So you want to just take it off the stem, pluck the leaves off the stem. I'm going to give my cutting board a wipe. And just put it all here on the cutting board. And then I'm just going to scissor right into this measuring cup. So we get about 1.5 cups of basil. Basil is high in antioxidants. So, you know, if you have a cold, flu, just feel a little off in your body, something might be creeping in, some type of bug, pathogen, basil is a great thing to add in. Tulsi, holy basil, that's not what this is, but that's a really potent type of basil that's great for combating flus, viruses, colds, as well as relieving stress. And so this type of basil, I don't know the name of this type of basil, your traditional basil, is also going to have some of those properties, just not as much as Tulsi might have. And they also say that basil is good for regulating just like heart health, overall like heart health, and regulating normal kidney and liver function. So we could always use some kidney support, liver support, kidneys, you know, or what help us, or one of our eliminative organs. So it's important that we're eliminating our wastes and toxins that do accumulate in our body from food and just the environment. So basil is great for that. There. All right, so this is probably about 1/2 cup.
Is it okay if I move?
Yep, whatever makes the view a little bit better. So what I like to do is just stack my basil up. I can sometimes even just roll it up, and then I'll just use a scissors and cut it for measurement. And you can cut it long, you can even make it smaller and really do like a bundle up. It doesn't really matter. And again, you can use a knife and just chop it, whatever is easiest to you. And depending how much you like basil, if you really are a basil lover like myself, you might like big chunks of big pieces of basil in your food. I mean, like I could just eat this and be happy. You might not even want to chop it.
Smell it.
You can smell it. It's so strong. It's so strong. I love it. So we have a few people attending here in person, which is nice, including my little helpers. You might hear some little voices or see one of my children that are attending today. Just so we had some more people here in person, Sayla and Asha. Hi, Mommy. Hi. And so I was making this last night for the family, and Sayla was helping me. It was yummy. They really liked it. I was so happy. Sayla was helping me scissor up the basil.
And I helped with the tomatoes, and I helped with everything.
Yep, she helped chop the tomatoes. And so that's, you know, always encourage if you got little ones around to get them involved in preparing and cooking. This is a spiritual practice. It's a connecting, bonding practice. It can be a ritual, you know, so it's really nice to involve family, little ones, older ones, and preparing things together. Yep, we're getting it done. Making some food, getting bath time done. All right, so here's our basil. This is about a cup. Some of these pieces are pretty big. If everyone can see okay. And I'm just gonna put that right on in. And the rest of this, I'm gonna just scoop up, ball up, and scissor right in the bowl. All right. And I have a spoon here. You can wait or do it now. Just give it a little mix. What I used to do when my tomatoes are ready, I'll do it again. But take a big piece of a leaf, a basil leaf, wrap it around the tomato like a cherry tomato, and just pop it in your mouth. I highly recommend. If you like tomatoes, you like basil, the combo of the two together, just eat it just like that. All right.
I have a request.
Yeah.
Is there a way to put the cilantro in at the end for those of us who it tastes like soap?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Have you heard that there's a genetics thing?
No.
It's actually been proven. The New York Times did a story on it, that some people, cilantro tastes like soap.
Interesting.
Yeah. And so like, I hadn't heard that before. I just knew that I did not like cilantro. And then I was in Mexico and some people at the table next to me were like, oh, I heard you say you didn't want cilantro. Did you just read this article? You know, and it was like, oh, there's a reason for my madness, you know? So, yeah.
That's new to me. I mean, it is such a strong flavor that I can see why a lot of people don't like cilantro.
I like cilantro.
Yeah.
Yeah, you either hate it or love
Right.
it. Yeah.
You do.
It's like no in between, but I love cilantro.
Yeah, and it's so good for
It tastes
you.
good with a lot of stuff.
It does. So we'll hold off on the cilantro for now, and we'll move on to the garlic chives.
Yeah.
I did have some chives growing in my garden. These are actually store-bought. Thank you, Eastside Co-op. Garlic chives have a really nice flavor too. And so for these, we're going to use the scissors too. I think it's just a lot easier that way. First, garlic chives, about 1/4 cup. Depending how much you like the flavor of garlic chives, you could go 1/2 cup. I love them, but some people don't want to go around smelling like garlic all day.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, Sailor reminded me of that last night. And you know, you could also just chop up garlic really finely and put it in if you don't like the chives. Scallions, green onions is a nice alternative too. I thought the chives went really well with the recipe last night, so I'm sticking with the garlic chives.
I
And just-
love garlic. They just have to stay away from me because I eat it all the time. We had picked a lot of it and then I washed it real good and I chopped it and put it in Ziploc bags. And I made some spaghetti we had a cookout to say goodbye to 2 of our students. And so I put a whole bunch of fresh garlic from the garden in there. It was so good.
Yum. Nothing. Oh, I was sorry. I was just gonna say nothing beats fresh garlic that you have grown.
Yeah, I love that. I'm a garlic person, and especially like when I'm sick, it's because it's a natural antibiotic. And when I'm sick and I eat it, I just eat it. And my daughter be like, "Mom, you smell like garlic again." I be like, "So, a lot worse things you can smell."
Right. That's the truth.
There was this mosquito spray that mom kept that in her car and it had garlic in it and she didn't want to make it. And I was like, yeah, I don't think we should make it because if you spray on yourself, you're just gonna smell like garlic. And you're just gonna be walking around and you're like, why did that person smell like garlic?
Yes. I was looking up a new recipe to make my own bug spray last night, and I decided to not go with the recipe that included garlic. I don't want to spray it on me. I'll eat it, but
Right, yeah, that's a different thing. Yeah, because you don't get the benefits of the taste.
no.
You just walk around smelling
Smelling like garlic.
Yeah. I want a purpose with my garlic. I got it.
Same.
Exactly.
Purpose.
Me too.
I had some fresh lemongrass, and I was told from one of my teachers, the herbalism apprenticeship program I'm in, that I can mix lemongrass, with witch hazel, and then, you know, some different essential oils. I use eucalyptus and peppermint. And that's a natural bug repellent.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try it. We'll see how it goes.
So could you talk a little bit more about the apprenticeship you in?
The herbalism? Yeah.
'Cause
So
I'm interested in it.
I love it. I love it so much. There's so many local and native weeds, plants, medicine right in our backyard. You see plantain all the time, chickweed, yarrow. There's a lot of plants that just grow locally all over the place that we can eat that have so many healing benefits. And so I've been learning about all of these things through this apprenticeship program I'm in. The woman's name is Jessie Beldwin. Flower folk apothecary, flower folk medicine. I'll share it with you and you can check her out. But what's lovely is she does have apprenticeships. I think there's either 3 or maybe it's 3 spots reserved for people of color that want to be a part of her 6-month program to learn about herbalism. And so I was one of those recipients. And so I've been learning all about the plants, and I've been making medicine with them. I'm actually building an apothecary right now. That's not out in the public yet, you know, it's slow, but I'm making tinctures, elixirs, different tonics, salves, balms, infusing the oils and infusing the herbs and oils. So it's been great. The girls have tried a few things that I've made, and I'm excited to start sharing some of those medicines with the community and using them with the clients that I have through my regenerative health practice. But it's great. You know, we meet out in nature once a week. It's every Monday and then once a month Saturday. Yeah.
So Katie just wrote that rosemary repels mosquitoes and that they use it all around the yard.
Okay. Rosemary. I saw that in some of the recipes. I didn't have that essential oil. But we have the herb. Thank you for that.
We went to an like a practice mommy and it was in the closet and we got to take them.
Yes.
Yeah, and feed them.
Wow. Nice.
Yes.
They like dandelions?
That
Oh, okay.
goats too. Yes. We were at an herb farm that had goats.
There was another
So yeah.
A lot of pretty flowers.
So here I have added the chives. So you are following along. We have our tomatoes, our basil, and our chives as of right now. Now we're gonna add cucumbers. So this isn't a traditional veggie you put in Caprese salad, but it's a great one for health. And it goes really, cucumbers always go great with tomatoes in my opinion, and basil. So I have these little guys here, these little organic ones. This one is from my garden. My cucumbers are exploding right now. Someone can take this if they want. I don't think we'll use it today, but I wanted just to bring it. So I have these little ones. Now there's an option to either just chop them up. Otherwise, if you want just a different, more texture and shape and look to your salad, which I like to play with the different sizes and looks, it just makes it more eye appealing. I brought a spiralizer. So you can get these electric, you can get these old school, just put it in there and wind it. So that's what I have here. It's on a thin spiral. And so we're gonna spiralize the cubes. And then what I did is we're gonna kind of make them, so they're not long in the salad. We'll just use the scissors and make them a little bit shorter, the spirals. So first, I will just cut off the ends. I won't waste those, you can still eat them. And I'm gonna stick this right here. This can get a little messy sometimes. And I'm sure there's better spiralizers that are by hand, but this is the one that I had. And you wanna just put a bowl at the end so it catches it. Get it in there snug, and as you're turning the handle, there's usually a handle here to kind of keep that pressure going so that it cuts evenly. That's what this is for. So maybe I should turn this, want to move it all and see the process. Otherwise, I'll show you the bowl when I'm done. And exactly. So spiralizers are fun because you can do zucchini noodles. When it's all done, it won't be too long before it's done. All right. So there's our first one, and it does cut out the center. Eat it.
Oh, you coming for the cooking class?
So they're kind of long, right? I'll get them all in here, and then I'll scissor them to make them a little bit shorter before we add them in. Hello,
Hi,
good morning.
welcome.
Are you here for the cooking? Yeah.
Great.
I was wondering which one is that? There's more carbs than I can do. All right. So we're making the vegan caprese salad. Yeah. Yep. So you heard that. So far, I've chopped the cherry tomatoes in here in good quarters. I've added basil. Yeah. And then garlic chives. Okay. And now we're spiralizing the little cucumbers. I need you to step aside, please. For a few minutes. So we're spiralizing the cucumbers, but there's an option. You don't have to use a spiralizer. I will just say that it's kind of fun to have a different size and texture. You could also just chop them up finely. I think the little ones are fun to use, but you could also just use a big cucumber. So I had said about 2 to 3 cucumbers. Oh, that's an amazing machine. It's fun. I probably don't use it as much as I should, but it is fun. The zucchini noodles came from this tube? Yes. Do you have a different kind of tubes that? Yeah. These are like a tiny, right? This is a smaller, so this is a thin spiral. Yeah. And what's kind of cute about this one is it has this little compartment. There's a ribbon cut, and if I want to do like a thicker spiral, but this is a thin spiral. So yeah, you can do different size. Because the zucchini is sometimes like getting bigger. Yeah. You need a bigger tube. Does this come with the bigger ones? This one doesn't. I have another one at home that has a few different slicer options for that or bigger spirals. But this one's a little bit smaller. Yeah. So, all right. Cut off the ends. Stick it in.
Oh, there's a hair on there.
Thank you. Don't get your hair in the food that you're preparing for people. That's embarrassing. Tie it back. All right. And my hands were clean before I started. I used some sanitizer in the car. All right. So we will get this all spiralized. And the pieces that come off of it, don't waste. Eat it. Use it for something else. I like to say, if you compost, well, there you go. If you don't want to eat it, put it in the compost. And then we'll do one more. Let's see. That was 3. I'm going to stick with 3 actually for right now because of the amount of people we have here.
Today when I just got like 2 down.
Yeah. Yeah. And then just so they're not as long, it's easier to eat. We'll just use the scissors, kind of chop it up a little bit. Just so they're shorter. Nope, not right now. I have little ones wanting to help. They'll have another opportunity to help me later. All right. We have our cubes. Dump it in. And mix it all together. So there we go. Yep. Cherry tomato. Yep, cucumber, cherry tomatoes, basil, and garlic chives so far. I haven't added anything else. We're gonna hold off on the cilantro. Normally I would put the cilantro in now, but because not everyone likes cilantro because of the flavor, I'll just wait a little bit.
So basil's extra bitter.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, I love basil more than cilantro, but cilantro is really great for like helps draw out heavy metals and great for digestion, anti-spasmodic. So Next we're gonna start adding our seasonings. So you want to get a lemon. As an intuitive cook, I don't always measure. I would say about 2 tablespoons of lemon. If you have a little juicer, you can do that. Otherwise, I'm just going to straight squeeze it. I have a little bit left. I used this just this last night. Let's squeeze 2 tablespoons in. The seed out. Actually, that's about half. I'm going to slice this a little more. Make the squeezing that much easier. Yeah. And you know, lemon is optional too. Not everyone wants that lemon flavor. But you know what also would be really good? Is lime. You could also use lime. That'd be a nice flavor. Lemon and lime. I like to experiment with flavors. So next time I make this, I might try lemon or lime just to see what it tastes like. And as most of us know, lemon is an alkaline. Really great source of vitamin C, antioxidants, great if you have colds. Lemon and honey. Thank you. All right. And also just great diuretic, good for the kidneys, good to help draw things out, get things flushed out. All right, so we have our lemon, just give it a stir. I think I might even want to add more tomatoes. Let's see. All right, so after our lemon, we're gonna do our Himalayan salt and black pepper. I like to use Himalayan salt just because it hasn't been processed. It's natural, it's from its natural source, from the ocean, and salts. So versus heavily processed and things added in like your regular white table salt. So whether it's Himalayan salt or sea salt, both are good. Himalayan, I feel like it's a little bit more pure and has more health benefits. But if you can't always get Himalayan, try working with sea salt versus just the white table salt. And we're doing just a teaspoon of salt. When it comes out. And you could do less. Did I say half a teaspoon?
Mm-hmm.
No, I said teaspoon. It wasn't too salty last night, depending on how much salt you like. Teaspoon of salt, and then a teaspoon of black pepper. The kids like these. They did. I made it last night, and they loved it. You like it? Yes. Good.
I like it without
Black
the
pepper.
couscous.
They don't like it with the couscous as much. I loved it. All right. So, and then I have avocado oil, or you can use olive oil. You can use coconut oil. I just encourage you to stay away from like canola oil or vegetable oil. You don't even have to add oil at all. It just adds another flavor and moistness to the salad, especially when you add the couscous. So I prefer avocado. I generally work with avocado, coconuts, and olive oil in my cooking. I have a vegan ghee that I found the other day that I've been cooking with that I really like.
Huh.
I found that at Eastside Co-op, and that is a combination of avocado and coconut oil, and it's got a little turmeric in it too. Which is turmeric, amazing for everything. It's not tart. It's a very mild kind of. I don't want to say spice, but turmeric is just tang, earthy. You know, turmeric is in curries. Turmeric is a base, right? But it's not like a curry flavor. The vegan ghee has really nice flavor. I just wanted to throw it out there. Those are the oils that I've been cooking with when I do cook. So, what did I say? We said half a tablespoon of avocado oil. All right, put that in there. And then 2 tablespoons balsamic glaze.
Can I get some of that before you put the balsamic glaze in?
Yep. Yes. Now, Michelle, did you want come with the vegan mozzarella?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then I will go ahead and put that in next.
Oh, okay.
Yep, so you can have it all its way.
Can I have some?
Yep, when it's all done. So we're gonna pause on the balsamic glaze, and we have our vegan mozzarella.
I think the balsamic glaze gives it a really nice flavor.
It does.
I just can't have the sulfites that are in there. So
Are you guys sushi?
Yeah.
And for the glaze, Whole Foods is where I found. You can get it online on Amazon too, but for the glaze, Whole Foods is the only place I found this organic one, which
It's add
Clean.
a flavor or it's
oh yeah,
it's
more
like a color.
it's
spice.
oh the flavor is amazing. The
What's
flavor.
in there?
So in here, there's organic cooked grape, musk, balsamic vinegar. That's always like in balsamic vinegar. White vinegar, grape, organic cooked grape musk, xanthan gum. Does have sulfates, but vinegar and grape,
I didn't
Yeah.
try the
and a thickener, xanthan gum.
I didn't try the balsamic on the
You
salad
did.
yet.
It was already mixed in with it. All right. And so I was just saying about this this plant-based mozzarella, this Mikos. We have some coupons here. It's a BIPOC run company. Really good. So if you like, mozzarella on your pizza or like making these type of salads, it's a nice alternative to the dairy. Whether you eat dairy or not, if you want to switch it up, take a break from the dairy, this is a really nice alternative.
It doesn't taste like anything, but it sucks up the flavor nice.
This is made with cashew milk. Yeah. Which I was just saying too with soy, you don't want to eat too much soy.
The cheese tastes like nothing when you eat it by yourself,
Heavily processed.
but it doesn't taste like anything.
certain store.
Yep. So this I have found this Mikos vegan mozzarella at Whole Foods. I found it at the co-op. So Eastside Co-op, which is closest to here in Northeast. The Wedge. So we're gonna use a different knife, and we're gonna just chop up about a cup of the mozzarella into squares.
You gotta swap it up and try to taste it.
Yes, if any of you want to. Absolutely. Very good.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to sample it plain, you're welcome to step on up.
It doesn't have a strong flavor.
It doesn't.
It doesn't taste like anything when you eat
Well, it
by
does
yourself.
taste like a little bit. You say cashew.
Mm-hmm.
It does taste. It's pretty good.
you can actually make your own mozzarella too, which tastes it tastes really good though.
Have you done that?
Yeah.
It doesn't taste like anything. Like it doesn't have strong flavor when you eat it by itself, but when you put it in the salad, it gets more of the flavor from all the other stuff, and it tastes more good.
And it goes good with basil and tomatoes.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out. I had a inspiration put a basil in the cucumber, but I wasn't sure.
Mm.
So it has always been in the cilantro. That's kind of almost like a standard recipe and online.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking, gotta be good because if you think about most of pizza is like a tomato and
Yeah.
basil
Yep.
together, and if you would have had cucumber there, you could do it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like gotta be good. I was making salsa,
Oh yeah.
so I was using cilantro. I'm like, how about basil? Make a sweet one.
Yeah.
So I had a mango in there. So that's like a sweet with habanero, jalapeno pepper. And so it's spicy and traditional spicy salsa with mango is sweet and spicy. It's really good. But I was like, can I substitute the cilantro with basil? I was looking at my pot of basil.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
And
Katie
definitely
was saying some balsamic products come without sulfites. And I was wondering too, can you just use balsamic vinegar or would that be too strong?
No, I think you could use balsamic vinegar, and I would just go light on it because it is stronger. Yeah,
Mommy's helper.
for sure. So I just have a garbage bag here. All right, so
Oh,
we
and I
have-
also, oh, I was gonna say, I also have a compost bag for anything that we have for
We
compost.
have compost bins over there.
Oh, perfect. Even better.
So we're gonna start to assemble one of these without the cilantro and the what else? The balsamic vinegar. So you want to get your avocado. Slice it open. So we're making our boats. So you can serve up the salad just as it is here, like this. Someone else wants a sample of the mozzarella
It's really good.
before it goes in. Yep. All right. So I'll put some of that here, just so you can see it in there. That is without the balsamic vinegar. Mentions, and then the boats. So you want to deep hit the avocado. An option, I tried this last night. It's already salty enough, but sometimes if you like avocado or just want a little bit more flavor, you could sprinkle a little Himalayan salt on the avocado. That was really nice last night. And then, hold on. And then you're just going to stuff your avocado. You could even take a little bit more of the avocado out. So one of the options too, there's a bee, hello, is you can put some avocado just straight, chop it up
It's in
into
the
the
bowl.
salad.
It's in the bowl.
Yep, go ahead, bye. Just so there's a little bit more room to hold the salad. And then just stuff it in there. And then what's nice is you can, if you like balsamic glaze, but I won't do it now because we're gonna have a few people that don't want the glaze, is you can do a little drizzle on top of the salad and the bowl. Did you want couscous? That's what I forgot to add.
Oh, yeah.
You did, okay. So I'm actually gonna dump this back in because I missed a step. And we'll add some of the couscous. So I had said about a cup of couscous.
Why? What if I don't want? I don't like couscous. Well, I like it, but it's
I've
not.
never made a couscous. Oh, it's so good. So it's like a grain. It is a grain, and it's a really great source of protein. It's a finer grain than quinoa. Have you had quinoa?
Yeah, I
before?
have quinoa.
I love quinoa.
Mhm.
But for this salad, I think that the finer, the smaller
Yeah,
grain is
better.
a little bit better because the quinoa can kind of overcompensate or take over too much.
When
So
are we
this
gonna
finer
put
grain is kind of nice.
one question? When are we gonna put the
So-
quinoa in?
I'm gonna do it now.
Oh,
Oh, not the quinoa.
quinoa. It's couscous.
So I'm gonna refill these now with the couscous added in. The tomato.
Couscous looks a lot like quinoa, except it doesn't have the swirly thing. I haven't tried couscous in a long time.
There we go.
Yummy.
There's an avocado chunk.
Like it's
And then I do have a bowl. So we're just putting a little bit aside without the other stuff. And then I'll go ahead and add the cilantro. So that is Michelle. You want that one?
All right. I will try a little bit. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
the salad almost ready.
Does everyone else want to try it with the cilantro and the balsamic glaze?
Oh, no,
I know.
You don't want any? Okay. Okay,
I
I'm
don't.
gonna finish preparing with the other couple ingredients for those that are online. I don't know what time it is.
It's 5 to 12.
Okay, all right.
I
Yes, ma'am.
don't want the couscous in the
Okay,
salad.
there's already some in there. Go over there for a few more minutes while I finish up.
You said we could help.
In a few minutes. All right, so you guys got a sample? Maybe, are you gonna? you're
Yeah,
gonna
I can
okay. So I'm gonna just get a little cilantro for this next piece. And for cilantro, so. Huh?
I didn't know for
Oh, we have yeah, plates and.
my first time coming here.
This is our first time having it.
And then Michelle, if you wanted to use this to scoop up some of your salad.
Okay, awesome. So I guess this one's for
That one's for
me.
you too.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. So for cilantro, I like to just pluck it right off the stem. Let it be a meditative process. It can take a little while sometimes.
I normally just chop this up. Chop right here.
And then just chop it.
Chop.
I see people, yeah, you know,
Because I'm probably just lazy. You know, it's
No,
not like do these. These are fine work. You know,
Yeah.
it's more delicate.
The
Don't have time,
cucumbers
just chop it.
just chop it up. Yep. So the stems are just as fine. And so I'm glad that you pointed that out because there's a lot of different ways that you can chop cilantro.
Do you want to hand these out to people? Sure. Awesome. Thank you.
So for the cilantro, half a cup is good or more depending on how you like cilantro. And so I'll actually just grab a bundle and do that for time's sake. We're gonna do that right. Back and get those leaves on there. All right. And again, with like the other herbs, you can chop it or you can just use scissors.
Can I get one too, please? That one's perfect. Thank you.
Mommy, do you want
Oh, and I don't need one.
one? Okay.
So I have a half a cup of cilantro, was the other addition, and then we had our 2 tablespoons of balsamic. And you can have the rest of that, Michelle, if you want.
Oh.
Adding this in.
Awesome.
The cucumber cutter.
Do you want to take this?
Balsamic glaze, 1 to 2 tablespoons. And then give it a good mix. We'll get some more avocados over here. And stir it.
Sure. Thank you.
And
Actually, I'm going to give this one to you guys.
Okay. So are these a coupon book?
Yes.
So this coupon book, where can you buy these things? Which store can you?
So you can get Miyoko's at, like Kelly was saying, Whole Foods, East Side, most of the co-ops. Target sometimes
Yeah,
has them.
they do sometimes. I've seen it there. Yep.
The cucumber cutter is cutting my hand up.
Oh, do not. You don't want your hands getting in there.
So I'm gonna just put some of this aside. Get photos of finished products.
Mommy, look at this.
Yeah. Here. That's everything. A little tomato on top. Couple more. Here.
Sorry, Katie, I'm having to move around here because I have to take off for V Fest in just a couple minutes. So trying to make sure everybody gets everything.
Are you over at the U for the Bee Fest?
What was that?
Where are you at the Bee Fest?
V
the-
Fest is at URock.
Okay, yeah.
Are you going to be over there?
No, I won't, but you know, I'm familiar with you, Rock, because when I ran a green team at my work before I retired, and we went over there and we did, we're over there a couple of different times working with the kids.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Really nice place.
All right.
Yeah, it's going to be, it's mainly to lift up our BIPOC and Black vendors that
Mhm.
are plant-based.
Yeah.
So there was one in St. Paul. I think they had the rescheduled one, and today's the one in Minneapolis. So really excited to go over there.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you a bunch of still shots that I took from the seminar, so you know. Yeah, I don't know what will be useful, but you can use them.
Do you have a napkin or
Okay,
something?
awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I did try and take a couple shots too. It's just a little tricky zooming at the same time. So.
Right, yeah.
No, not yet. Not yet.
I think you're doing fine.
So,
Thank you.
yes, Michelle, do you have any napkins, Michelle?
I don't have any napkins. I just have a few plates and some forks or spoons.
I have napkins in my car that I could go. We have a produce bag actually here. Would this work for your cucumber?
No, I'm talking about the one.
To bring one of those?
Yeah.
Oh, and then we do have a few door prizes. So we can probably, let's see. Yeah, I'm wondering, so we've got the cucumber that's been given away. Do we want to do the couscous for those who have not gotten anything yet?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So that'll give you a head start on making this. So
And then I would love to get a picture, if someone would mind taking a picture of everything here.
I would love to take a picture of you.
Thank you.
Let's get the plastic containers out, maybe. And then,
Make it a little bit more presentable. We
Yeah.
do need some promo videos, don't we? And I do have this container that I can put your food in.
yes, awesome. So let me just take a quick picture of you and then we'll maybe just kind of wrap things up.
We're getting ready to.
Awesome. Okay, here we go. Okay.
You have two kids there too.
Oh, sure.
Here, Sayla, can you take
Okay.
super cheesy and get a couple like this a minute? Oh, just a minute. Can you go over there?
Okay, here we go. Come on.
Beautiful.
Oh, one more. Perfect. Oh, wait, can we maybe
Hold it. Yeah.
yeah.
Asha, just wait a minute. Okay, Michelle's got to get going. We'll take a couple. Thank you. You can set it down.
Eat
It's like
it.
chamomile. Can you go over there for a moment? Out of the picture.
Okay.
Over there. Over there. Thank you.
All right, here we go.
right.
Very quick. Okay. All right, awesome. Hey, thank you, everybody. Oh my gosh, I love those. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Thank you, everybody at the garden. And thank you, Dr. Sharonda.